Good morning. Continuing in Meshivas Nefesh. So we're up to Sefer Lamed Tes, where Rav Nosson tells us that Sh'adam nichnas l'kedusha gavoha, that when a person is growing in ruchnius, in spirituality, a person is growing in their connection to Hashem, such as making a relationship to a tzaddik, or revealing to themselves really just more of their connection to Torah and mitzvos. L'fa'amim az daika yikra lo mikra bilti tar chas v'shalom. Says specifically then, is there sometimes a yerida in ruchnius? Now, as you're going higher, sometimes then there's a drop below. Va'ayit pol dato mizeh, but not to become discouraged from this. Because it is a sign that you are getting closer. So the question is, how in the world is it a sign that you are getting closer when you go further? How's that possible? When you're telling me that as I'm getting closer, something can happen, often, that I realize that I'm actually falling. So the first way to understand this, I think, is that as you're becoming closer, you're becoming more consciously aware of who you are and where you are. So it's not that necessarily anything is different, but rather, you're just more self-aware. So as you're more self-aware, you're able to be misponing more on where you are and where you're holding in things. So it's not that actually anything negative happened, but you're suddenly looking at yourself in a more enlightened way, in a more realistic, open way in which you actually see yourself. Where you're not deluding yourself anymore because you've ripped off a facade and now you're closer within Kedusha. But I think the most literal, straightforward way to understand this is not like that. Is to say that that as we go down, it's actually a way of finding and serving Hashem from that place. There's a mashal given, I believe in the Sefer, that as you imagine you have water, and if you're going to turn a cup upside down completely, all the water is going to come out. But if you just shake around the cup and some of the water comes out, right? Maybe a cup's not the best example, but you take a table or a plate, the water is going to stay on the lowest points. I mean, even if I take something out, right, water finds its lowest place. It says so too from Hashem. When Hashem was mitzamtzim himself and taking out his ore and leaving Malay kala aretz kevaydai, Hashem's kavod is filling up the world. Nonetheless, that kavod is found often in the lowest of places because it falls down to the lowest places. So the way a derech of Kedusha is that when you find yourself in a low place, it's because you're meant to be ma'ala something and to experience an aspect of the Or of Hashem, the Or Ein Sof, from that place.
Wow.
Because the Or was nostalgic from the regular places. But specifically, it falls down to the lowest places. So the kavod Hashem is most prevalent, is most in a place that is low. So when you fall to a low place, it's meant to extract from there something holy. Doesn't mean that we on purpose should make ourselves fall. But when we do fall, to realize that this is Hashem telling me, I want you to take something from there. I want you to be mamish in the lowest place and to learn something, to elevate something from that place. You don't go there willingly, but when you are sent there, that's the biggest opportunity of connection.